Okay, so you need to replace Anki now, and it will tell you what you have to do instead of this. Why am I tell you this? Well, I'm Ivan, soy un nativo del español with 20 months in Japanese, 46 months in English, and as an athlete, I help fucked up language learners who can't study for more than 5 hours on a daily basis. We know that Anki is a tool to memorize vocabulary, right? That's why so much people use it. And don't get me wrong, Anki is probably a good tool, but right now I do think it's inefficient. I literally with Anki was able to reach a 98% comprehension on reading, a 98% comprehension on my listening in Japanese, and literally even though I'm saying all of the things that are good about Anki, I still do think that this method I discovered recently, which is systematic comprehensible input, which was I think first coined by this guy called Michael, is way more efficient. And literally, I just remove the things that are bad about this method and put the things that are good about this method, combine them with more natural type of immersion, and I have right now probably the most efficient method of learning languages in 2025. So systematic comprehensible input is basically just the same. And so let's say you have 100 words that you want to learn, and you will create a spreadsheet in which you have the reading of the word and the meaning of the word in whatever language that you are proficient at. It doesn't have to be your mother tongue, which is something that people do think. And it will look something like this. Maybe you can't read kanji right now. I pretty much can't read kanji, so I just have it in there. And it will look something like this, right? And then you will create an audio file of the words of the language that you're learning. As simple as that. And so I have this file right here, which is my efficient passive listening. And literally, it's just what I review every day. At last, listen to the audio file, watch the reading of the word. The audio stops for a second, watch the meaning in the other language, and so it will look basically something like this.
毎日直面する問題はおそらく性欲。勉強や仕事が楽しければリラックスする必要はない。特に好きな場所はない。
Now you repeat those 100 words like 20 times, which can take you like 25 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, the amount of time you do in Anki, and literally you know at least one meaning of that word. What happens in Anki is that literally you have all of these meanings that you want to study. You watch the meaning in Anki, and literally the word has like 10 meanings. And then you focus on trying to learn all of the meanings, and maybe you spend more than 1 hour. But in reality, that's not useful, because literally whenever you're learning words through natural immersion, you're not going to remember 10 meanings of the word. You're just going to remember one meaning in that specific situation. The good part also about this method is that you can use mnemonics. You can also use mnemonics in Anki, not going to lie. That makes it just way more efficient. So basically, how do you do mnemonics? And there's something that people here tell you a lot, which is, bro, don't use mnemonics because they help you to memorize. They don't help you to acquire words. Bro, memorization is part of the acquisition process, because what you do in Anki is first memorize a word, and you have the gist of the word now in your brain. And that helps you acquire the word through natural acquisition. But there's people, that technique was only used by a guy who literally had very good memorization. Bro, are you stupid? Memorization is part of the acquisition process. You first memorize, and then later you acquire the word because it becomes so often. And so how do you do mnemonics, right? Mnemonics is just a visualization, a type of visualization that you do, right? With the reading and the meaning of the word. You can also do it with kanjis, but this is another completely thing, which is about this book, remembering the kanji. But like, yeah, don't do it right now. Just focus on the reading and meaning of the word. So what are we going to do? Let's fucking go. You have your table, right, of very frequent words. And let's say that I want to learn the word raishu next week. So in the word raishu, that's literally a Pokemon. You need to, like, the more stupid the visualization is, the better, right? So raishu, that's literally a Pokemon. I can imagine a type of Pikachu calling himself Raishu, right? And then I have to put next week. So Raishu, which is the Pikachu, Raishu is going to go next week to the Pokemon. Raishu is going to go next week to the Pokemon scenario, and she's going to, I don't know, battle with, I don't know, brother, like, I don't know names of Pokemons, but like, you get the point. That is how you remember. So there's this word which is gainen, and gainen means general idea. And you know what I did? Well, basically gainen, guy, is just a person that is gay. And then I literally, the reading was Nen. So Nen from Hunter's Hunter. Nen from Hunter's Hunter, right? Super freaky, I know. Super like otaku, I know, but whatever. I was otaku, so I remember these things. And so guy, person that is gay, Nen, the power, the system of power of Hunter's Hunter. And so what he did was, okay, gay, a power that makes you gay. And literally, I did this yesterday one time. It took me like 2 minutes to do this. And literally, I remember the word Gainen, which is general stuff, like something, a general idea of something, because the general idea of that then power was to make people gay. So yeah, a Gainen. Fuck, so yeah, that's how you do mnemonics. And literally, you have to do it one time, and probably you will remember it for at least 3 to 4 days. And that is just enough amount of time before you see the word and you actually remember the word. Fine, right? So yeah, do mnemonics, please. If you see a word that you don't know and you kind of see it often, just watch the meaning, watch the reading, and literally do a mnemonic with that. Okay, and the more you visualize it, the more real the word is, the better it will stick to your brain. Now this is when magic happens, which is literally probably the best part of this. And you will tell me, okay, but I'm only learning words, I'm not seeing all these sentences that I watch in my Anki, and that's why I spend like 1 hour and 30 minutes, 2 hours and 2 hours doing Anki. That's what you will do next. And so you will pick those 100 words, right? And you will create sentences with those pieces of vocab. And you also will create an audio file, right? Well, just ask AI, right? And just create an audio file also of those sentences. And you will repeat this at least 20, no, not 20, that's probably too much for you, but like at least 5 to 8 times for you to actually see how a word is used in that type of context. And if you repeat this like 5 times, which can take you what? Another 20 minutes, you have spent like probably 50 minutes doing systematic comprehensible input. And now you can go and do basically your immersion. Right now, you go on the immersion, you have the audio files of the words and the sentences, and you can hear them whenever you go. Fucking birds hating you. Okay, you can go and literally hear those sentences whenever you go to the gym, whenever you're cleaning your house, and in this way, you will probably not forget them. And if you couple this with mnemonics, which what I do is just basically I just pick like 10 minutes and I try to make as much sentences. Right now, I have a lot of vocabulary in Japanese, so I don't really do it that much. But in the next language that I'm going to be learning, I'm probably going to do that a lot. So just put a timer for 10 minutes and try to make as much mnemonics as you can. Right? And so, yeah, we're basically reviewing those sentences for at least 20 minutes. And then we go out and do immersion. That's basically it. That's basically how you replace Anki completely. And literally, the good thing about this is that you can review it whenever you want. In summary, 100 words takes like what? 22 minutes for 20 repetitions, and 100 sentences takes more or less 2 hours for 20 reps. And according to science, you only need like 20 reps of a word or a sentence for you to be able to keep it in your long memory. So yeah, basically, if you have 2 hours and 30 minutes in your day, you can keep 100 words in your long-term memory and maybe even 100 sentences when you actually do get to a good level in which you can understand those sentences. And if you combine this, because I mean, you have to see those words in some kind of a more natural scenario. If you combine it with watching those words in natural scenarios, you will learn the language fast, way more faster than doing 2 hours in Anki, which is something that people do. So that's it for the video. Check the first link in the description, which is my program. And basically, I do everything for you. You don't have to think about anything. I told you, okay, bro, do this, do that. I put your routine. I make you everything. And you don't have to waste time doing all of these things with audio files or this shit. I just literally teach you how to do everything perfectly so you don't waste time. Engage with this content if you want more people to know about this. Thank you.